So if you remember correctly, or I'll say pause. This is how I'm gonna say it. So pretty much to talk about obedience, I want to go back to the story of Peter and Jesus walking on the water. If you guys remember, pretty much how this went was Jesus sent his disciples on the water to get to the other side of the body of water. I forget which body of water it is, but while they were going, he sent them ahead of himself. A storm came and started tossing the boat around, huge waves. It was pretty crazy. And then Jesus just comes walking along on the water. And I guess the disciples never saw a random person just walking on the water. So they thought he was a ghost, but he wasn't a ghost. Um, so he said, "It is I, it's me, Jesus, not a ghost." And Peter, because Peter's crazy, was like, "God, if it's you, tell me to come out to you on the water." Because Peter's just crazy like that. And in a good way. So Jesus is just like, "Okay, come." So yeah, here I'm gonna draw another picture for illustration. So he's like, "Come." So say, "This is Jesus." And this is the water. This is the boat. So Peter starts walking out on the water here. Right. So yeah, he says, "Come." So what's very interesting about this passage is people always talk about how Peter puts his foot in his mouth sometimes, but Peter understood well enough that if he could get God to tell him to do something, he would then be able to do it. That's why he said, "If it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." So and he and this is what God showed me. So when Peter stepped out on the boat, at that point he wasn't walking on the water. He was walking on the word. He was walking on the word, come, to get to Jesus. And this is why this is so cool. A word from God is an opportunity for a miracle. When God tells you to do something, if you respond in obedience, then that just opens up the ability for a miracle. Because the power comes from top down. The power comes from God down to us. When a miracle happens, when somebody in the Bible performs a miracle, or somebody today performs a miracle, what they're doing is allowing God to do something through them. Which is why obedience is required. So obedience to a word from God is the start of a miracle. A word from God is just the opportunity for a miracle, and obedience is the start of it. And I think that's really cool. So I hope you found this helpful. Bye.